Всем привет, друзья! Продолжаем проходить Шерлока Холмса. И у меня новое дело.
Father, Mr. Orson Wilde is here, and I'm going to stay with Miss Alice.
What?
Did you forget? Orson Wilde, you know, the star of American theatre. And he's visiting and staying with us. You did forget?
No, not that. I meant you wanting to stay with Miss Alice.
Yes, that's right. Miss Alice suggested it. She told me you couldn't possibly refuse.
If it's really what you want.
It's the perfect solution, Mr. Holmes. Don't you agree?
Guess what, Mrs. Hudson? Mr. Wilde is here to study my father's character for his next play. And he won't be disappointed, will he? Father is so pig-headed.
I can't believe it. The great Sherlock Holmes standing in front of me. I'm sure that our two brains will...
Brains.
Так, давайте составим портрет. Блин, да почему же? Ладно.
Mr. Wilde, your room.
Charming. This is such a fascinating city.
We need to talk.
I'd rather not. You're going to be angry again. Goodbye, Mr. Wilde.
Is it 5 o'clock already? I think I might go and ask Mrs. Hudson for some tea.
Oh, come on, Toby. Your soap bath couldn't have been as bad as that. It would be better to examine Wilde's belongings before he returns.
Так, а где он там остановился-то? Подождите. Это что? Блин. А, это дела, которые мы закончили. Понятно. Клево.
Oh, Wilde's already making himself at home.
Оскар Уайльд.
Oh, Wilde's already making himself at home. Wilde truly has a perfect disguise kit. Do actors really need all this? This must be grease paint. I use the same brushes for makeup.
А, тоже мейкап делает, да? Это что, пудра?
Face powder of an excellent quality.
I forgot my hat. Father?
I am just checking,
You've got something on your face. Is it makeup?
It might be. Practicing my disguises, you know me. No, don't touch that! No!
Ah, Mrs. Hudson, with our tea.
Not quite. We have a visitor. However, the lady is not so much angry as perplexed.
Good day to you, gentlemen. My name is Mary Sutherland. I have come to you, Mr. Holmes, because I would give everything I have to know what has become of Mr. Hosmer Angel.
Why the haste, Miss Sutherland?
Mr. Hosmer Angel has disappeared, and my father, Mr. Winterbank, will do nothing. It makes me so angry.
Так. Она не похожа на показушницу. Ну, это...
Mr. Windybank is your stepfather, surely, since the name is different?
Well, indeed, I call him father, although he is barely older than myself.
And your mother is alive?
Oh, yes, although I wasn't best pleased when she married again, and so soon after father's death, and to a man so much younger than herself.
What is your connection with Mr. Hosmer Angel?
I met him at the gasfitters' ball. Mr. Winterbank did not wish for me and mother to attend. He never did wish us to go anywhere, but this time I was quite set on it. Fortunately, he left for France upon some business, and so didn't have any say in it. And I met Mr. Angel that night. We met again after that and would take walks together. But then father returned, and we could no longer meet.
Why was your stepfather against your going anywhere?
Well, he didn't like anything of that sort. He used to say that a woman should be happy in her own family circle.
Did Mr. Hosmer Angel make no attempt to see you?
Well, father was going off again in a week. And Hosmer wrote and said that it would be better for us not to see each other until father had gone. After that, he stopped writing.
Where does Mr. Angel live?
I don't know exactly. I address all of his letters to the Leadenhall Street Post Office for collection.
Were you engaged?
Oh, yes, Mr. Holmes. Right after the first walk that we took.
После первой прогулки, ну клёво, чё.
Do you have your own income?
I do, from an inheritance. It was left to me by my Uncle Ned in Auckland.
Then you have all that you could wish for, naturally.
Well, I live at home and don't wish to be a burden to my family, so they have the use of the money.
Is there anything else that you can tell me about Mr. Angel?
He is a very shy man. He would rather walk with me in the evening, so as to be discreet. I put a missing persons notice in last Saturday's Chronicle. Here's a copy, and a letter from him.
Haha, a love letter. Yes, I see. As I anticipated, this validates my deductions perfectly.
What deductions, Mr.
Mr. Wilde. Holmes. Tell her.
Идиот какой-то вообще. Паяц. Так, ладно.
A love letter? Aren't you dying to read it, Holmes?
А, поэтому обувь разная, понятно.
A love letter? Aren't you dying to read it, Holmes?
Не твоего ума делай, идиот.
This is strange. The love letter is typewritten. Good quality paper, quite smooth. Fairly common ink, nothing special. We had a wonderful time together, didn't we, while your father was in France? I'm waiting for the moment when your stepfather leaves once more. Miss Sutherland only met with Hosmer Angel while the stepfather was absent. Hosmer Angel decided not to leave his signature. Let's study this letter more closely. There are some letters with typographical defects. Miss Sutherland, do you have any other letters from Mr. Angel?
Unfortunately not. But I've brought my father's letter from Paris. Here it is.
The stepfather's letter is also typewritten.
Тоже на
Quite
той же
common paper with a
бумаге.
light yellow tint.
А, нет.
Fairly common ink, nothing special. I hope that you'll be an obedient girl.
Так.
Take my advice, stay at home. Miss Sutherland's stepfather's signature. The stepfather is trying to keep the daughter at home. Let's study this letter more closely.
Да, тут почему-то не
There
подписался.
are some letters with typographical defects. Both letters have typographical defects. They merit further attention.
Как будто на одной машинке, да, печатаны. Только бумага разная. К. КФМ. Так, здесь что там? Ой. Так, ну-ка здесь. Тоже К. М. Те же буквы, короче говоря. Ф. Короче, на одной машинке это все печаталось. Так, ну я же все смотрела.
One more letter with a defect. One more letter with a defect. One more letter with a defect. Ah, and it's the same letter with the same defect in both instances. One more letter with a defect. Another letter match with the same defects. Another letter match with the same defects. So, based on the specific defects, we could say that these letters were composed on the same
Ну, как
typewriter.
я и сказала. Трофей. Так. Сразу можно закончить это дело.
Thanks to Wild, my analysis table has been completely destroyed.
I think this case is fairly obvious, don't you, Mr. Holmes?
What else can I tell you?
Так, а что, мы реально можем дело закончить? Так, и...
My archive. I can always consult.
Не, ну это же не может быть такое дело быстрое.
What else can I tell you?
I think this case is fairly obvious, don't you, Mr. Holmes? I think this case is fairly obvious, don't you, Mr. Holmes?
What else can I tell you?
My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
Блин, я не пойму. Такое маленькое дело, что ли? Так, давайте смотрим.
You should try to let
Ну,
Mr. Hosmer
трофей
Angel
дела
vanish from your
семейные.
memory, as he has done from your life.
Then you don't think I'll see him again?
I fear not.
Then what has happened to him?
Your stepfather married your mother for her money, and also enjoyed the use of your income. But with your personal advantages, it was clear that you would not remain single for long, even with him keeping you at home. He disguised himself and reappeared as Mr. Hosmer Angel. He brought you as far as the church door and then conveniently slipped away, to bring you to this conclusion in such a dramatic manner that it would leave a permanent impression upon your mind. You have been cruelly tricked, Miss Sutherland.
Oh, Mr. Holmes. No, I can't believe it. But we were engaged. Oh, it's horrible to think about. But thank you for all you have done, Mr. Holmes.
Holmes, you could have been more diplomatic.
А бесчестие, похоже, из нескольких дел будет состоять. Ну, как бы дело глава бесчестия и несколько дел.
What is going on?
Mr. Holmes, is everything all right?
Oh my God. Go back to your flat and stay there with Kate. Calm down, Toby. Now. It's ticking.
Жесть.
It's ticking.
Блин.
I see wires inside. They could be connected to the cover.
Офигеть. И...
A fancy ticking homemade gift from a secret admirer. I have 2 minutes to defuse it. A source of electricity for the detonation. Whew.
Ай! Так все вроде нет. А, во, еще. О, выпал трофей, неожиданное внимание.
What happened?
Just a small bomb.
Somebody wants to kill me? What for?
I don't believe that you were the target.
Mr. Holmes, are you all right? I saw the bloke. I tried to catch him, but he escaped.
Can you describe the man?
He was thin, about 5'5", with black hair and a hair lip.
Wiggins, tell us everything you saw.
The fellow was watching your place, so I thought maybe he's a client.
Привет, Иван.
But then he took something out of his jacket and threw it, smashing your window. I shouted at him and he took off. I grabbed him by the sleeve, but he wriggled out of his jacket and left it. I'm sorry I didn't catch him, Mr. Holmes.
You did very well, Wiggins. Now, let's take a look at that jacket.
Here it is.
Good job, Wiggins. Here's a penny.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Holmes.
Ножик, складишок.
JT are the owner's initials. Let's see what's inside.
There could be a hidden message that's been written with some lemon juice.
No, don't touch anything else.
Придурок.
There are ink stains on this piece of paper. I could read the text with the help of my analysis table if Wilde hadn't already destroyed it.
Мне кажется, его выгнать нафиг надо. А что он подозрительный какой-то.
A poem? But what does it mean?
This isn't a poem. It's a song called Rally Mohawks. That great moment when America rebelled against England's dominance. Then rally, boys, and hasten on to meet our chiefs at the Green Dragon. And I bet they hoisted a...
А, нет, не слышала. Так а тут в Новосибирске сколько таких случаев было. Убили и все. Убивают. Уроды, блин. Расстреливать надо. Смертную казнь бы ввели, и все бы наладилось. А то вообще никакой дисциплины. Делают, что хотят, уроды.
Tankered of ale and invented a new nation. Along with deciding if this was the week they got to dump some tea into yon harbor.
Why ever did he keep such a song in his pocket? Good job, Toby. Thanks to Wilde, my analysis table has been completely destroyed. My archive. I can always consult with it if needed.
А, ну а девчонки нет, да? То есть, получается, машину уже купили, да? Ну, у перекупщика, а девчонки нет. Но с деньгами. Деньги получила ее, ну, видимо, где-то. Вообще жесть. Твари, блин.
That's not the one I need. That's not the one. That's not the one I... Here it is. That's all I can do for now. Let's try and get a few hours of sleep.
How can you sleep when there is someone trying to kill me? How selfish.
М. То есть, похоже, ее убили. Похоже, на нее привели, машину перевели. Ну, как бы продали, да, и все. Перекупу. Как бы все равно цепочку-то это можно проследить. Как они не понимают, я не знаю. Вообще не люди, а звери какие-то.
Oh my, I see you and Kate are best friends already. Did you sleep well, Kate?
Very well, thank you, Father.
Is that Wild? Whatever is he doing now?
He's transforming you into a legend.
Oh, silly man. Kate, what's the matter?
Well, I just came by to tell you that I'm going to the zoo with Alice. We'll be having lunch in town.
The zoo? What on earth for?
Perhaps because it is my birthday today?
I'm so sorry, Kate. With Wild's visit, Look, here's some spending money. Go and treat yourself to a thing.
All right. I'll go then.
Kate.
You never do anything right.
All right. Come here.
I've had enough of you not caring about me.
I do care. I've just had a difficult night.
Yes, Alice told me about the bomb, but you wouldn't.
Kate, I only want to protect you.
You don't understand anything. I wish Alice would adopt me.
Don't be ridiculous.
I don't know why my parents entrusted me to you. Did they really know you?
Kate, come back. Damn it. Such a waste. This Alice, I have an odd sense about her. It's as if she's playing with Kate's feelings. This would be a good opportunity to investigate Alice's flat while they're absent. And anyway, it'd be better to visit the Green Dragon Tavern during the evening. my, I see you and Kate are best friends already.
Так, а как мне в ее квартиру-то попасть?
There's no space for this lockpick. There's no space for this lockpick. There's no space for this lockpick.
Блин.
It looks as though Alice has not slept here for a long time.
Так, давайте отсюда начнем. Все. Быстро.
Alice's childhood was spent with her aunt, until the aunt's death. Alice was unhappy with all of her adopted families. She's spying on me. A phonograph cylinder.
Звукозаписывающий цилиндр.
Alice has recently used this. It appears that Alice sleeps in this armchair, as uncomfortable as that must be. It has no smell. A soothing drug to aid sleep.
Закладка.
Alice prepared a gift for Kate. She remembered her
А я
birthday.
думала, это закладка.
Oh, women are good at that sort of thing.
Но это вообще опасно.
It has a bitter taste. No smell, bitter taste. It's a tincture of barbiturate.
Тянуть в рот, что ни попадя. Вот опасненько. Камин. Большая квартира.
Sarah de Bouvier is Alice's mother.
Так, это что?
Strange taste in literature.
Оккультные какие-то вещи.
Her full name is Alice Floella Hamilton. Alice used her mother's name to lease the flat. Kate probably sleeps here.
А почему Элис спит в кресле, хотя там кровать есть? Это странно.
This lock is quite new.
Ну, ничего себе.
Oh my god. The wheelchair is the same as the one in the photograph above. My word, look at this setup. Alice practices spiritualism.
У нее книжка была про это.
Abraham Lincoln.
Она его пытается поднять. Линкольна, президента, блин. Так.
William Hamilton.
Тоже
But I know him. He was a
нет.
bandit who I arrested 20 years ago. It's my distant ancestor, Horace Verne. Alice knows about Zacharias Greystoke, the victim from the bowling club. I solved that crime.
Zacharias Greystoke.
Alice knows about... Alice is talking with her father, William Hamilton. Charles Darwin, English naturalist and geologist. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte. Louis Napoleon Bonaparte.
Я другим его представляла. Интересно.
I finished here, time to go.
Возможно, она из-за отца мстит.
It's closed. Locked.
Не пойму, кто там похрапывает. Здесь, что ли?
Perfect. This is a good opportunity to investigate the Green Dragon Tavern alone.
А где Ватсон-то? Не пойму. Привет, Николай. Да я сама жду. Так, ладненько, я на этом буду заканчивать, так что всем пока-пока, всем доброй удачи и надеюсь, что завтра продолжим. Пока-пока.
I have to be careful in this.
Интересно, конечно, что дальше здесь, как будут развиваться события, но это мы только завтра узнаем. Ну, на этом все. Пока-пока.